From the deep, dark reaches of Star Trek Online comes Nikodas, Tabbytha, and Grebog with another episode of Fleet Action Report.
Welcome to Fleet Action Report, the show where we don't just play the game, but we teach you how to play the game.
We are Nikodas, Tabbytha, and actual Grebog.
This is episode 147. Arm the cannons and prepare to fire.
Arr!
I like actual Grebog.
Well, I pulled up a list of synonyms for real, and so I'm going to cycle through them.
Nice. Before we get into the weeks here, I think we have to acknowledge the other sci-fi, the other big sci-fi franchise going on right now. So happy Star Wars Day, everybody! May the 4th be with you. Tabbytha.
Yes. No, I was going to say, yes, may the 4th be with you. Yeah, because I absolutely had to do the obligatory post today on my socials of the Tuvok, or Tim Russ Explains Star Wars. Or have you seen that?
I have not, but I'm going to go look at your page here.
I will post it in our Discord. So if any of you out there watching this have not seen it, come to the Fleet Action Report Discord. It will be posted there.
The reason I was calling your name out is because I was going to say, how has your week been?
My week has been fantastic. I actually got a promotion in the org in which I volunteered, so I'm a step up the ladder. I've got some other amazing news coming down the pipeline, some of which I can't disclose yet, but I'm also going to be on a advocacy panel here on the 16th in a couple of weeks in Albany, New York.
Nice.
So yeah, just I've had a week jam-packed with good news and advancement and exciting things.
Very cool. You get to pass the torch, so pick who you want to go next.
Nikodas, I choose you.
And the Pokeball has been thrown.
That's scary.
I throw a Pokeball in your general direction.
All right. Well, I did something unique this past weekend. Sort of unique. My youngest child has joined Cub Scouts, and we had our first camp out this past weekend. Now, there was rain. It was a little cold, but we still went. We still did the whole camp out thing, and she had a blast. She even took a friend with her. So we had a lot of fun. We went on a hike, and the hike ended up being like 2.5 miles. And the sign said moderate. And on the way down, so we went down the trail, took us to this lake. It was really pretty. It was really nice. And then we turned and followed the trail to come back up. But at some point in time, it switched from Trail 5 to Trail 7. And Trail 7 apparently is a strict hike, but we didn't know that. So the way down was great. The way up, everybody, even the people who are used to doing this, were huffing and puffing and out of breath. And we got back and we're all like, we're done. And then the storm hit and people went home, and it was crazy. There was only 3 families, including us, that ended up staying all night, and we had a bonfire going and everything. We had a lot of fun, but the kids, the way they described it was best weekend of their lives. It was a lot of fun. Grebog, I am passing the Pokeball to you.
Let's see. My weekend, I killed all my D&D players. Oh, wait, no. I guess I could say that. You wouldn't know the difference.
We weren't there.
You weren't. The rest of
okay, I wasn't there. Did they do the big fight?
They finished the fight they were in, and now they are worried about the fight that is coming because the boss is still, well, he was taunting them, but
Gotcha.
And they're like, oh, we'll just go take a long rest. And I'm going, good luck with that one. He clearly knows you're here.
I will try to be there for that fight.
So yeah, we had some fun. Let's see. I've been playing some STO. I've been keeping up with the news on STO because there's been a. If you guys haven't checked the news, and holy
Wait, are
crap,
you saying that there's news on STO?
there's all kinds of news. And then let's see what else is. Uh, exploring the new content they dropped in WoW. I don't know that I fully understand the upgrade stuff yet, but I've got time.
If you thought STO was confusing, oh boy.
Yeah. So that's been my week.
Okay. Well, talking about news and STO, let's jump right in here. So, from 2 days ago to May 9th, you can get 100% additional tech points when applying any upgrade to items. So, it's a great time to upgrade that gear, especially if you're sitting on Phoenix upgrades or if you have the opportunity to buy Phoenix upgrades. It's a good time for it.
Red alert, May 2nd to May 9th. So yes, it's already started 2 days ago. And then it goes to May 16th for console. PC will get one ultimate tech upgrade and one spec point. Being that console has another week, they also will get, as part of it, an experimental ship upgrade.
Tabby, you want to read the next one or you want us to keep going?
I could read the next one, and I did watch their VOD on it.
Yeah,
All
go
right.
for it.
Okay, so they're going to add some new stuff to the Infinity Lockbox. One of them being a ship, the T6 Gorn Hunter Pilot Raider. Don't mind my misspelling in the notes. I'll fix that.
Pylor.
For those that don't know,
Raider.
it is from Strange New World Season 1 that we saw the Gorn Hunter Pilot Raider. It kind of does a weird twisty thing as it flies about, and that's before it does any pilot maneuvers. They're also going to add some other Strange New World items into the Infinity Lockbox. They did not specify, they did not say how many items. It just said that the ship was going to be added and some items. They did also say that they're going to add a few more items from the Strange New World stuff also into the Lobby store. So we're seeing new content being added, even though this is the pay side. So yeah.
Speaking of new content, so we got a new trailer that showed off the Enterprise F that featuring Captain Sean reciting the Space Final Frontier. That was exciting. And we've got Star Trek Online Unraveled, which is going to be the new storyline. So what we know so far about this is we're gonna have to deal with the Tholians and a multiversal web of issues having to do with a little bit of our time traveling addiction and like our in our shenanigans across the multiverse. We're going to get a new mission, new TFO, some new patrols. The new episode is going to be called Wish Upon a Star. Don't know if there's going to be wouldn't it be cool if we got like an all musical episode? In which our characters are like not just like are like cartoony animated, and there's like NPCs singing all over the. Okay, I'm going to stop now. New TFO called Leviathan, which is pretty much from that last episode, like that last mission there, where we go through fight the compiler, or that trench run there. It's a what if Terran Gambit arc. What if that Terran Gambit arc ended differently? Then we get 2 new patrols based on the Terran. I don't know why I keep mixing those up. Terran Gambit story arc, hard mode for extra challenge of Jupiter Gauntlet and Bringers of War. And as normal, keep your eyes peeled for Alienware Steel Series, Intel, and other regular places as they send out codes with new content released.
We will also post those in our Discord. So if you're on our Discord, keep an eye out for updates.
Yeah, it's typically this new content they like to send out codes for free stuff.
And sorry.
Yes.
I was just going to read the next part. I was jumping the gun a little bit.
Okay, go for it.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. Starting May 9th and ending June 8th, the Looming Threats event starts. This is part of that new content update Tabitha was just talking about. Now, it says that they're going to require 40 daily progress points to get the reward. However, you can get 2 points per day, so it's 20 days. You can run the episode, which gets you 2 points. Each TFO will get you 2 points, and patrols will get you 1 point each. So in total, you can run the episode. There are 4 TFOs you can choose from, with Leviathan being new, Azure Nebula, Days of Doom, and Vault Ensnared are the other 3. And then the patrols, there's a Jupiter Gauntlet and Bringers of War. You can run those on normal or the new hard mode, and either way, it'll get you 1 point each. So you can run one twice or mix it up however you want to do it and get your 2 points. The rewards get a universal console, the Tholian Crystalline Interlacer, which gives plus tet damage, and a Tholian web hold on one target, and it is part of the event set, which is called the Crystal Harmonics set. This is a Tetrion base, so there's a Tetrion omnidirectional. There's a core, nucleating singularity core, nucleating warp core, enhanced EAC shield, and 4-piece. So there's 4 pieces to the set. And then the 2-piece bonus is called Tholian Harmonics, which gives you an increased crit chance and severity when you're using Tetrion weapons. Tetrion Nucleation is the 3-piece set. Chance on hit to create a crystal when using Tetrion damage. Not sure what the crystal does, but that's what it says.
Read the next line.
And oh, gotcha. Stochastic Warp Field Nucleation is the 4-piece bonus. All of your Tholian warp crystals become active and seek out nearby foes, detonating on impact. So they're basically mines.
Yes.
Cool.
So they're trying to make Tetrion relevant again.
So yeah, doing the event, you'll get the three of the pieces. Yes, there's a singularity core and a warp core, but because there's no ship that can use both, yeah. To get the 4th piece, you have to run the mission. Just to be clear, the console comes from the mission.
And then the other 3 come from completing the event.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting.
What I like about this is going to add more diversity to weapon energy types, because we have so much stuff that goes for Disruptor. We have so much stuff that goes for Phaser. This is going to, there's been a fair amount of Tetrion stuff already, but this is going to strengthen Tetrion as a energy type.
Which is never a bad thing. Hopefully they'll spread this around to the other types as well. I know Polaron is lacking somewhat, so it'd be nice to have another Polaron set up here at some point. Hint, hint. All right, so that is all the news, and wow, that was a lot. Our primary target today is our cannon builds, and there are 3 different ways that you can do cannon builds, and each of us picked one, and we're going to run with it. And we will also run some patrols to show this off. Now, because all 3 of us are doing this, and we're doing it each one in a different way, I made my deep dive fairly shallow, actually. So I'm going to read through it, and then I'll pass the Pokeball over, and somebody can detail theirs, and so on and so forth. And then we'll break down and get into some action here and actually blow some stuff up.
I love how I've made a thing.
Do what?
I love how I've made a thing now.
Oh, the Pokeball?
Passing the Pokeball.
Yep. So I went with Rapid Fire. And for my Rapid Fire build, the must-have bridge officer abilities. Now, the rest of your bridge slots you can fill with whatever you want. I mean, there's normal stuff that I like to use, but the must-haves for a tactical captain, you have to have Rapid Fire 3, and you have to have Tactical Team doesn't matter which version or which tier of tactical team, one is fine. If you have an ensign slot you want to throw it into, it helps maintain your shields, and it can remove some debuffs and stuff. But the shields are why I have it and why I recommend everybody use it, because you're going to be moving around a lot on this build. You're going to be trying and facing your opponent most of the time, so an ability that will help keep your forward shields up is going to be fantastic. Science, Photonic Officer. This is to help with your cooldowns to keep rapid fire up as often as possible. And then engineering, you want emergency power to weapons 3, and um, there's traits that will activate with that, but ultimately it's there to boost your damage of your weapons. So can't go wrong with that. For duty officers, and again, I'm going to name 2. The rest of them you can fill with your usual mix of stuff. There are really good ones and there are not so good ones, but use what you've got. But the 2 that you need are energy weapon officers. You want one that increases crit severity, and you want one that increases crit chance. One of each is fine. Typically, the blue quality or the rare quality is good enough, but if you have the credits to spend, go on up to the purple quality. It'll do you a little bit better. For weapons, you want cannons. You want cannons 4, and you want turrets aft. So I've got the quad cannons. That's for flavor. A lot of people will tell you there are better cannons, but I use it for, because I like the appearance. So I got the quad cannons. I've got advanced fleet. I've got the quantum phase for the 2-piece set, and then the dark matter for also the 2-piece set. Although I was debating throwing the beam on there just to have the 3-piece, because the 3-piece is pretty cool. But right now I'm just doing the 2-piece. In the rear here, I've got all turrets. I've got the advanced fleet turret, I've got the trilithium enhanced turret, and I've got the advanced inhibiting. Now, this slot here, the Tempest tail gun, this is unique to the patrol escorts. It is not removable. That's why it's shaded out. This is a tier 5 ship, and this was before the experimental weapons kind of became a thing. So they added this here as a tail gun. It does work as a cannon. It is boosted by cannon firing modes. It's actually a lot of fun. I keep hoping we'll get a tier 6 version of this ship, but obviously it hasn't happened yet. As always, you want to stick with the same energy type. I went phaser on this build. That is not a requirement. Just, stick with one energy type. Other equipment, for the rest of your equipment: deflector, impulse, warp, shields, all your consoles. Stick with the meta. That's always going to be your best option, or your normal is fine. The consoles, you want things that are going to boost your energy type of damage. All of my stuff boost phaser, or in the case of this one right here, it's just all directed energy damage. All of that is fine. So that stuff is good as is. And that is my build in a nutshell. I am passing the torch. It looks like I'm going to Scatter Volley, which is Tabby, so I'm tossing the Pokeball back.
So,
All right, hang on. Let me find my window here because I've got like 36 windows across my 3 monitors. All right, here we go. So I went with a phaser build, and of course I went with a scatter volley, as Nikodas said. I've got, for weapons, I'm going with, I went ahead and went with the Terran Task Force cannons, sensor-linked dual cannons on the front, and prolonged engagement phaser dual cannons, along with my dark matter to give me the dark matter, and my Lorca's custom controls to give me that 2-piece set. And of course my elite fleet deflector, my prevailing innervated impulse engine to get me the speed boost, and my 2-piece discovery warp core and shields. And I've got two turrets on the back: the sensor link turret on the back, and the advanced inhibiting phaser turret on the back, which is a reputation item. I forget offhand which reputation it comes. It'll be in the notes. And I actually do have an Omni phaser beam on the back because of so to get the 2-piece set from the reinforced armaments. And of course Down here in the consoles, I've got the reinforced armaments, the Bellum EPS flow. Just because I don't have a lot of, this is a budget build. So assimilated module, temporal disentanglement suite, M6 computer. Now, I do have the approaching agony console, which gives a nice 15% phaser damage buff and the 1.5% critical chance buff. So, I mean, that thing is really good to have even like without a phaser build. But when you've got phasers, super sweet. And of course, the tactical vulnerability locators for the tactical consoles. As far as stations go, with the layout, I've got Scatter Volley 3, which is like the first thing you want to go for. And then, well, in my commander slot, I've got Scatter Volley 3, Torpedo Spread 3, Distributed Targeting 2, and Chemosite 1. And then because this ship actually has a pilot seat, I've got Attack Pattern Beta 2, Flyer Apart 1, and TAC Team 1. And of course, in the engineering side, I've got Engineering Team 1, Emergency Powered Weapons 2. Now, with builds like this, you definitely want to get the like emergency powered engines in there, and emergency powered weapons at the highest that you can get, usually 2 or 3. And the directed energy modulation, that second slot, you can usually like rotate out for something else. Like if you need more cooldown reduction, you can put like an Oxtabat, like a single slot of Oxtabat in there. And I've got Photonic Officer and Hazard Emitters on my science seat. Now, I've got some like crazy cooldown reduction going on here. I want to see how this is going to run because I've got Photonic Officer, I've got Boimlers, and even on traits, I've got Chronocapacitor Array. And even in my skills setup,
the recharge is nice.
Yeah, I've got 3 levels of advanced tactical readiness. So, that all that on top of Boimlers, I am I can't wait to see what my recharge is like.
Should be fun.
But I'm able to Starship trait. I've got a lot of your standard here. I do have some sea store stuff. Calm Before the Storm, that comes off of the Gamor, the Cardassian Intel Carrier, if I remember correctly. Emergency Weapon Cycle, which is the Arbiter. Like, we are always stressing how the Arbiter is a really good ship to get. This is one of your staple starship traits. Entwined Tactical Matrices, this one comes off of the Gagarin Miracle Worker. History will remember, that one's off of the support cruiser. And then I got Withering Barrage, which is kind of, you really want to put that on a cannon build, extending the duration of Scatter Volley. Yep, that covers it.
Okay, passing the Pokeball on to Mark then. Or, sorry, Grebog. I haven't done
See
that
how
for a
you
long
are.
time.
Next, you're going to tell them my address so that way I can get swatted.
I haven't done that for a long time. I'm sorry.
All right, so I went a different route. Why is your whatever? Apparently, Nikodas is just going to be a black screen.
It went black?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Unless I screwed up and didn't get oh, this might be, I might have missed one.
I love how you did that, though. Like, you've got that separate scene for each of us to make our windows bigger.
Here, I'm going to quickly toss him back in.
Yay.
It's gonna have to be close enough for now. I will have to resize it better another time. All right, so this one has to do with a pilot ship. This is for Reroute Reserves. I went with the Eagle because of all the stations. Like I wanted a tactical seating with the lieutenant. Well, no, with commander pilot. I wanted a commander pilot. That was really key for this build. Because then you can get this power. The duty officers, as I was like, I'll get to that in a second, but like the gear. First, the gear is a lot of the same. I don't know that it matters. I went Disruptor this time. I went and grabbed the Nausicaan set. I have Lorca's console. I'm using the meta for the warp core and shields, or maybe, I put on a different warp core than what I'm supposed to have on here. Where is my warp core? Oh, thank you, game, for automatically switching my shit for me. There we go. Is it bad that I'm like, that's not right? Like, I was looking at my consoles, and some of my consoles were wrong, and I'm like, why do I have this console on here? I don't want that console. My loadout got completely messed up. I don't know what to say.
Now that you mention it, let me save my loadout.
So, yeah, I grabbed the Nausicaan set because the Nausicaan set, if you're doing Disruptor, it is, as we've said during a Disruptor build type talk, key, like lots of goodness for Disruptor damage. It does mean I am using a single beam array. I'm not a big fan of that, but it is what it is. I went and grabbed the ship with the Disruptor quad cannon, and I've got it all the way up to boosted it up. But any of the other Disruptor cannons just do heavy cannons, dual heavy cannons on the front. I prefer to go with damage times 4 for the modifiers and crit D/damage for their when they get gold. So you don't have to do the Elachi Crescent Wave. I just did that because I'm working on another build that I will be using these Disruptor cannons, and I was like, since they're leveled up, I'm going to use them in this setup. And the same with the aft is another turret. So consoles, the main thing here is you're going to look for anything that has fire cycle haste. And if you notice, like the Domino has increased fire cycle haste for energy weapons and bonus to damage. I was like, I grabbed all kind. If you notice, there's a lot of plus phaser damage stuff in here, but it technically you want the fire cycle haste. Some of these also have like other benefits that are just too good to pass up. Assimilated console, it's not a bad console to have, especially if you don't have anything. If you don't think you have a decent DPS console, that one is always a good one to fill in. It is a good, well-rounded, easy to get a hold of since it's rep-based. Then obviously the Nausicaan console. I have gone with a 2 locator, 2 exploiter setup, but also they are flavored for Disruptor damage. Duty officers. The one key thing I have here is you'll want to have a con officer with the recharge evasive maneuvers when emergency power to engines is activated. Reason being, must go fast. The faster you go. I also put in, use the stacking crit severity, stacking crit chance duty officers. You'll want one each. Basically, anytime you use energy weapon, they have a chance to give you a stacking crit, and you'll want that. outside of that, I don't know that you can spend all kinds. You can spend all kinds of money. Like I have in here 20 of 47, though I think I actually paid 80 million credits for it. So he wasn't as, or she wasn't expensive as I thought she would be. But essentially, anytime an engineer power is used, improves accuracy. Anytime a pilot power is used, it increases armor penetration. And since you are basically spamming a couple pilot powers, you're going to be triggering it. So, all right. For this is where the seating comes in very important. You got the commander with the emergency reroute reserves to weapons 3. I went with tactical or torpedo spread 3, and then fly her apart 1. This gives you a boost to speed and such, but what it also does is it also gives you a bonus to all damage. So, hey, more damage. Then here you have tactical scheme. Then I went with another lieutenant commander seat for tactical here for attack pattern beta 2. Also really great for increasing your damage. Distributed targeting 2. This turns your weapons into AoE. Essentially, for 8 seconds, everything chains into the damage spreads. So it is a way to make your damage, and the chained damage key note here is 50% shield pen. So, and then I also use chemosite laced weaponry 1 for the added spreading damage. So I AoE even though I'm shooting one target. The key on the engineering seating is the fact that 1, you want to have the highest emergency powered weapons that you can get. So this is a 3. I tossed in this one for this power doesn't matter so much. What you want there, the emergency powered engines 1, you want it once, and that is so that way whenever you are trying to get from point A to point B and your evasive maneuvers is down, hit it, you get your evasive maneuvers back immediately, and then you can hit evasive maneuvers to get going and get to the next point in the map. And then for this, I went with Photonic Officer 1 for a reduced recharge time on bridge officers by 2% for each. Yeah. And then I have hazard emitters because get rid of those plasma fires, yo. Traits, one of the things that, so all the other traits, like all the other types, you have like there's a special trait that increases the cannon, scatter volley. There's one that does rapid fire. Well, now I'm using one that does the specialist bridge officers powers. And this is Vanguard Specialist. It comes from the Jem'Hadar Vanguard pilot attack ship. And it is actually the 6th trait, which makes it an account wide. So once you unlock it once, all the rest of your captains have it. That is one of the benefits. But it essentially, specialist bridge officer abilities that apply weapon modifications have their recharge times reduced by 33% and their durations extended by 5 seconds. So it is key for this build. I also have in here the very emergency weapon cycle, very, very powerful. Comes from the Arbiter, But I use this One Big Happy Fleet, which basically, when you're in a group of 5, it helps everybody. And then improve unconventional tactics. This may not be the best one, but it does give me more damage. I might revisit that one later down the road. Calm Before the Storm. Basically, while in combat, you get a boost. It flips between a boost of damage and fire cycle haste. It's more because I wanted the fire cycle haste when that procs, because shoot faster. Now for the special one, this is something I want to try to get practiced and get into using, and this is going to take skill and practice in flying. Deadly appearances, and essentially it gives when decloaking, you get plus 50 shield pen for projectile weapons. I don't really care so much about that, but I mean, not terrible. But also, it gives you plus 50% fire cycle haste for energy weapons for 10 seconds. So when I decloak, I unload. That is the whole point. So essentially, if you can, you will you cloak and decloak to maximize your damage. And yes, I have a battle cloak.
We ready to go show these off then?
Sure.
Let's do it. I want to fly. I've never flown this thing in its current configuration. This is gonna be fun.
Hi, Mama Tai. Hello, Nimu, and whoever our other 3 lurkers are. All right, let's do this.
Mama Tai, Nimue. Here, I'm just gonna start correcting him on
Nimue.
I'm sorry, Nimue. I apologize. That's my bad.
It literally, like, fewer people get it right than get it wrong.
Nimue.
It's Nimue's curse.
What is that from? Is that from something?
Arthurian legend.
Okay, that's why it sounds familiar. Gotcha. All right, moving right along. We're going to start with the daily, just because people need to get it done. You guys ready? We woo.
We will.
And Tabby is facing the wrong way.
Fine.
No, I'm facing the right way. Y'all are backwards.
And Grebog is in his dark, mysterious ship, and here I am in purple. All right, here we go. See if I can show off that tail gun some too.
Oh, I forgot. I don't want to be flying around everywhere.
Well, you kind of do. We didn't talk about specialty seating either, but that's okay. Or specialty, like captain specializations.
For most part, people will probably want to go Intel strategist, I think it is.
Yeah, Intel strategy. I mean, that's kind of standard for DPS.
I was like, even I am, I believe, set up Intel strategist, even with a.
Wow, that went fast. All right. Oh, there's still Terrans.
Oh, I left.
There's still Terrans here. That's funny. There's that tail gun. Kaboom. All right, so we're going to do a patrol. What patrol do you want to do, Tabby?
Oh, I don't know. Something that lasts a little bit longer.
That might be a challenge.
Nimue is the Lady of the Lake. Okay, I've read Les Morts d'Arthur, but it's been a while. All right, so patrols. Let's do the 9th rule. You guys good with Kinger?
Sure. I just have. There it is.
Don't all answer me at once.
All right. We ready to launch?
Okay. Yes. Launch. Go. Go.
I have to remember to cloak. That's the thing that I have to, like, I could probably replace that trait to something else, but
Looks like there was
If I'm ever really going to use a cloak decloak thing, I'm going to have to come up with a spam button for it.
Lead the way, and the Shurgat will follow.
I guess it wouldn't be a
Greetings,
spam button,
Ferengi
but
vessel,
it's
Marauder
something
class.
easier
Safety
than
cloaked.
just doing the mouse click.
Even up
And
at
see,
their
this
ships
is
for
where
salvage.
Tabby's
I'll be
going to
under
shine,
cloak.
because she can hit everybody.
Why I went to I have the 2 powers to give me some AoE.
I mean, I'm also using torpedo spread, so I do have some AoE, but primarily that's just there for the competitive engines. Man, these things are dying fast. We should have increased our difficulty.
The Ferengi.
Oh, I thought we were supposed. I set it to come in here on advanced. I'm surprised we're not on advanced.
It's whoever came in first, so whatever Tabby's on is where we should be.
Treacherous.
I think mine is set to normal.
This deal gets worse
We'll
by the
have to
minute.
fix that before we do
I
another
won't
run,
tell the Gorn we have the spores if you don't.
because we are annihilating this stuff.
The Birmingham. I can...
And here we go.
The last episode of Captain Proton.
Kaboom.
It's yours.
I do love my tail gun, though.
I'll feed your corpses to my hatchling.
I would, if they redo these ships, I would really like to see... Okay, I'm going to back out and let you guys shine for a moment. I would like to see the tail gun either reworked as an experimental or in addition to, because I mean it's clearly an escort, having maybe just 3 in the back, like 4-3 with an experimental, but one of the 3 be the tail gun. I don't know, something like that.
This
Yeah, we
is just
definitely did
silly.
Up the difficulty. I'm coming back in to join the fight. I'm just gonna sit over here though.
But did you die?
No, I just purposely backed out to let you guys shine a little bit because I felt like I was murderizing everything.
I think we all are murderizing everything.
Oh, the Carter's coming in. I agree, this is silly. So I had enough spaces on this ship. I used a power that I don't generally use, and that's distributed targeting. Basically turns everything into an AoE.
Yep, I'm using that one too. This is kind of...
That's what I added that with the chemocyte laced weaponry, so I have two powers that are turning all my cannon shots into AoE.
I've never used it before, but I kind of like it.
Well fought. Well fought.
All right, so I'm gonna jump out and increase my difficulty before we do another one. Grebog, what
Yes.
what's another one that one of our guys uses to power level us?
The jellyfish?
No, yeah, and that's the ship he flies.
Oh,
Mammoth. But what's another patrol that he uses?
Let's see here.
Options. I am gonna move this to elite.
I just made mine advanced.
Okay. All right, I'll be nice. Ah, wrong button. There we go.
Oh, it has to do with the I can't remember if Strike of Sadia is one of them or not. It has to do with the... Oh, hey, maybe Trouble Over Tur. That's got to be one of them.
Okay, yeah. I gotta find the Tur system. There we go. Okay, everybody ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Going.
Launching.
Hey, while we're on loading screens and such, I forgot to ask you guys what we're gonna do next week. Anybody have a thought on that?
When's the event start?
Oh yeah, I suppose that would be, wouldn't it? Because it starts on the 9th, which is 5. Yeah, okay, we're good. So it starts next Tuesday. Tailgun. I love that thing. This is the ship that taught me how to fly escorts. Because, I mean, there's no reason not to blow past your enemies.
Watch out! Elachi are coming at
Scatter
you.
Volley. I have done a Scatter Volley build in this ship before. It's just silly.
Target those Elachi and fire.
Oh, there's that agonizer.
Something's
You
wrong.
guys got
The rift
quiet.
isn't closing.
Everybody's focused.
I get super
Elachi
focused when I'm
forces are
murdering
set
pixels.
They're coming from the rift.
Murdering pixels. I suppose we are at that.
Reading more Elachi ships on approach. Get ready to fight.
Yeah, I can cloak too, whoever you were.
Do not fire.
Hostile Elachi fleet on sensors. Here they come.
And then it popped me out of cloak because
Because they talked. Yeah, that's something I wish they would fix.
Liberator is in position. We're ready to begin.
I don't want to. What if I don't want to answer the hail? I'll let my teammates answer the hail. I'm just
It's
going
not
to
even
listen
that.
in.
I mean, it's not even that. Like, we've seen examples in the shows and whatnot of them answering hails while cloaked. Ooh, I took damage. Oh yeah, this is much better. Things are not dying nearly as easily. I mean, they're still going down, but at
This
least we
is-
get a chance to actually see it.
This is one where I have issues with my
Request covering fire on
targeting
position.
sticking to some controller type ship that's not alive anymore.
Kaboom. Tailgun. Go, tailgun.
I love that being science, I still get to summon in my
This is the
photonic
Liberator.
fleet as
Immediate
assistance.
assistance required.
Once again, stuck on a Von Bosch controller.
Yeah, how does that happen?
I don't know. It's dead, and it's my target gets stuck on it. I don't know if
Holy
it's
shit.
anyone else has the same problem or not.
That one got disintegrated. Somebody's dark matter torpedo took care of that.
Not me.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I'm
think it
using
just
dark
happened to
matters.
I am too, but I wasn't over by it. I just happened to see it. Although I suppose that doesn't matter because it fires randomly when they get low on health.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Tabby, you're not supposed to die.
This is the Liberator. Immediate assistance is required.
This is the last group of them, though. Oh yeah, I see what you guys are talking about with the emergency power to engines and the evasive. I might have to rethink my button layout again.
Yeah, if you need more maneuverability, either to get out of stuff or to, you know, get from point A to point, whatever. Picking that, I think it's a con officer, that when you hit emergency power to engines, doesn't care what power level, it will then trigger reset of the evasive maneuvers.
Some Ilachi vessels remain. They must be dealt
Yeah, it's almost possible to have one or the other up at all times. It's a little silly.
The thing to know is it does share a cooldown with any other emergency power to whatever. So if you're using emergency power to weapons, you're gonna potentially have your emergency power to engines on cooldown for that.
Yeah, I typically use emergency power to weapons and emergency power to shields. But I've in this build, because of you guys, I replaced the shields with engines because I wanted to see how that would work. It works out pretty good.
I have enjoyed it so like the Klingon TFO where you have to run from one side to the other, taking the target. That I that's where I first learned about that trick, and it is very handy in stuff like that, because you will always have evasive maneuvers essentially on cooldown. Like you can get it back off of cooldown just for real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool thing.
It won't help DPS. Well, I guess it could help your DPS by helping you get you know, to the proper position.
Yeah, actually piloting is a big part of DPS, especially if you're like keeping an eye on your parser and whatnot. So having that queued up couldn't hurt. Let's I got a little time. Let's do another one. Or we can do a random TFO. You guys want to do a rando?
Yeah, let's do a random.
Okay.
See what happens.
It would help if I would pull up the right menu. Watch it give us ground. That would be hilarious.
Wee woo.
I have no ground traits because of the thing that happened earlier. Oh my! Oh.
Vega underground facility.
Well, I guess where's my Tommy gun?
I guess we're doing ground.
You had to jinx us, didn't you?
Seriously, yeah. Apparently. Where's my shotgun? There we go.
I got my axe.
Me and my.
I was gonna ask you about that, but
oh, look, more Borg.
Let's see, when's this end? Ends on the 9th. I still have time to upgrade my Tommy gun. I might be able to get it maxed out. The epic. That would be good. An epic Tommy gun?
Yeah. I actually used a ultimate tech upgrade on my shotgun here just because. Oh, they're gonna assimilate me. I don't want to be assimilated. Yep. Oh, I revived myself. That's awesome. Resistance is futile. My ass.
Apparently, someone already made it here.
I guess so. Oh yeah, somebody took off. Like
wow,
right
someone is way up here.
It happens. Oh, look, it's a attack drone. That's not taking a whole lot of damage. I need to get closer.
Oh, hey, if you turn the camera just right, there becomes an empty space with stars. Is this the one where we have to have someone go into another realm?
I won't know until I get to the bottom. I'll find out here shortly.
Here, have some lightning balls.
Ooh, I've been assimilated. And I'm dead.
There we go. Okay. Sorry I'm late to the party.
This advanced?
It is.
Ah.
And yes, this is the one where somebody's got to go into another realm. So it should probably be one of us for communication reasons.
Trying to catch up to the person that's way ahead.
Yeah, me too. Shotgun go. Your Tommy gun. I want a Tommy gun so bad.
You can buy one for a low, too much cost for
Yeah, I
one
know, and
character.
it's for one character, and that's my issue. That's why I don't have one.
It's my issue with that too. Put it in the Lobby store, put it in the Phoenix store, whatever. Heck, bring it into a mud item. Oh hey, oops. I teleported.
Yeah, but now that you said it, they'll never do it. Oh no, my shields are gone. Okay, so you teleported? Are you in the null realm then?
Shield power diverted from power node Beta 3.
I'm inside, yes.
Okay, I am going to the very top. So
Beta 3, someone was near.
Detected near node Beta 1.
Oh, now someone's by Beta 1.
Shield power diverted from power node Beta 1.
I can't get to it. They got me tied down. Wow, so many Borg up here. Okay, hit that one again.
Beta 1, coming up.
Yeah.
Shield power diverted from power node Beta 1.
Got it. Okay, down.
Enemy detected near node Alpha 3.
Alpha 3?
Shield power diverted.
Oh, I need to stop dying. I'm actually taking injuries here.
Yeah, so much Borg. Do the other,
Enemy detected near node Alpha
the
1.
other three.
What we do
So
not
Alpha 3.
assimilate, we will destroy.
I can't yet. I can only do.
Shield power diverted from power node Alpha 1. Enemy detected near node
Okay,
Alpha
down.
2.
Going
Enemy
downstairs.
detected near node Alpha Shield power diverted from power node Alpha 2. Enemy detected near node Alpha 2.
Okay, that one's down.
Enemy detected near node diverted from power node Beta 2.
About all that's left.
That's it?
All I'm getting notices for.
they're all done. We're heading up.
Okay, I'm coming out.
He's doing the thing. Well, this is really showing off our ship builds. Okay,
Hey, the
so
top
there's
one was
of them.
destroyed. We have to go back the way we came in.
Yep, to find another one. Oh, somebody already got that one. And there's a third one, right?
Now, Borg leader. Back out the way we came in.
Okay.
What we do not assimilate, we will
Of course,
destroy.
this person's probably gonna... Yeah, they're already engaged. They're gonna probably have this done before.
Tosk of
Oh.
Borg.
I guess you're in here engaging them.
There was a guy here before me, but yeah. I think I might have actually started the fight.
So being on the inside, the one thing I would note that helps is having a lot of AoE, because that was interesting.
Okay, so let's try this again and see if we can actually get a space one. I mean, we made space builds. That's what we want to show off.
I'm
I
not
will say
noticing the stutter this time around using the new method.
Yeah, it seems to be working pretty good. I'll have to set up a permanent URL for you.
That
You
would
guys
be
ready for me to queue us?
Go for it.
Wee you.
We will.
Space. Captain Sean did pretty good at that. If our viewers have not seen the video with the Enterprise F and Sean doing the traditional Star Trek intro, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, apparently he gets fired at some point.
Not
mean,
necessarily.
He gets
necessarily
reassigned.
fired. Not necessarily, because Shelby, and spoilers, I can't believe I did that. I apologize. It was an admiral that took command, so it could have been a temporary reassignment. Because sometimes they'll do that for special events and whatnot. I mean, even Picard was replaced as captain of the Enterprise once due to special circumstances. That's where we got Jellicoe.
Well, because of the way things went in Picard, the fact that the way they ended it with the naming of ships implies that the F is no more.
Yes,
well, I mean, the entire thing with Picard was from the beginning of the show, they were the Enterprise F was heading to its retirement ceremony on Frontier Day.
I started to think something happened to our queue for a second. Yeah, and I mean that does mess up STO's timeline, because even season 3 happens in 2401. So we're still 8 years beyond that, and here we are with the F still in play. So,
hey viewers, this is for the event next week. Part of one of the TFOs.
It is. This is a good one, though. We can certainly show off builds in this one.
Our time here is limited. Stay focused. Plan your attacks.
I am going. Oh, there's a 5. I'm going for the 5.
Is critical for my people.
And Simon's gonna beat me there. Tail gun, go.
This tarantula's harder to destroy than the one in the...
Well, first of all, we're on advance.
I know.
Secondly, yeah,
I was just like, boy, I'm really pumping some damage into this guy, and
you have a mesh weaver trying to pick on you.
it's fine. I'm just trying.
This warbird is escaping.
Can't believe we got a 5 right off the bat.
And there's a 3 over there.
A Falchion
Heading that way.
dreadnought is escaping.
Oh heck, if everyone's going at the 3, I'm going for the 1. So here, I am actually taking advantage of the cloaking and decloaking.
Everybody ran over here.
Yeah,
Literally.
everyone went there, so I went somewhere else.
Okay then. Yay. It
New
gives us
readings on
9
sensors. More
points.
Tholian ships are on the way here.
More Tholian ships, but the only we freed everything too fast, guys. This one is the only one here.
And by the time everyone got here, everything protecting it was pretty much dead.
Well, they got a respawn over there, or they're fighting in the middle, one or the other. I
There's
see
a 1 up.
off to the side. Go,
Achilles
Talis.
warbird is
You're
escaping.
free.
There's a 2.
Alright, I'll go with you.
I got caught in the middle.
You gonna be okay?
Oh yeah.
She's got this.
The Tholians are using their energy webs to trap your ships.
Achilles
Target and
warbird is
fire at the
escaping.
nodes connecting the webs.
TR is
They
here
they
helping me out.
You
failed
are
to
caught
to
inside
trap
the
me.
web. Try to destroy one side of it and escape.
Did
before
you
it
just get out of the
collapses
way
in on you.
fast enough?
Yeah, I hit my
Oh, they
pilot
even-
maneuvers and rolled right out of the web.
They layered 3 of them. 2 of them at least. That was funny. Good job.
So for those that don't know what don't think pilot maneuvers are good, that was nice. I didn't have to do anything. I just rolled right out of
The
it.
Delon warbird is escaping.
Yeah, if we're gonna be fighting Tholians, I might have to. Ooh, there's a 3 over here. I might have to consider getting a pilot ship
A Delon warbird is escaping.
just to deal with that. Whoa! Ouch!
You stuck in there, or do you good?
Oh no, I'm not in there, but they hit me with a torpedo that like actually hurt.
My ship's like, hey, I'm just gonna start taking out nodes. Why not? Come on, get close enough to. There we go.
Okay. What do we got? We got a 1. I just see a 1.
A Haypax
You just showed
warbird
up
is
where we
escaping.
came from.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Typically, if
Achilles warbird is
you
escaping.
have a good group, you can basically have one group bouncing between one pair and one group bouncing between the other pair, and just keep going back and forth. There you go. Have that cascading Tetrion.
They tried to catch me. I don't have pilot maneuvers, but I do have emergency powered engines. Works almost as well.
I use the refracting Tetrion cascade, the from the rep power, It's just funny to hit Tholians with their own thing.
Darn space spiders.
Escaping.
We have
Three just
no
showed up.
ships. Okay. We briefly had no ships to rescue. Oh, get out of there.
Boy, they missed me twice.
Hi, Recluse.
So I might, out of silliness, set up a Tholian ship to do the Tholian event in.
Well, the new console will give you a Tholian web, and I know you have the old one that gives you a Tholian web, so you can be Tholian webbing the ships all over the place.
Okay, where we came from only has a 1, but you know, yeah.
Another one popped in, so I'm going to
Apex
R1.
Warbird is escaping.
Oh, there's somebody over here already. Oh, no, there's not. It's a Romulan ship. I wonder what that's doing over here.
Everything okay, Tabby? You've gone quiet.
Uh-oh. Did we lose the Tabby?
Nope, I'm here.
He's hyper focused. Oh, there's a mesh weaver still out there.
Oh, so there is.
Atalis Warbird is escaping.
Looks like a Tabby's on it. I like your scanner.
Whose? Tabby's?
Yours.
Oh, mine is because it's a discovery scanner.
Yeah.
Atalis Warbird is escaping.
Discovery has a better scanner, better warp effects.
I don't know about that. I'm kind of partial to the TNG style. There's a 3 over here.
Like until otherwise, I'm probably just gonna go back and forth because.
Ooh, that hurt.
Must spam bars faster.
Spam everything. Spam everything.
Well,
everything.
I've actually started when going into combat just rapidly hitting my space bar because I need all my buffs.
I'm gonna channel my inner Nero. Fire everything.
Fire everything.
He really had a thing for Spock, you know?
You showed up.
We really are just going back and forth.
I mean, if you have the right team, you can just do that. Oh.
A Delon Warbird is escaping.
I set up my legendary Akira earlier in the week, and I ran this just because I went ahead and left all the Akira items on there, all the consoles. So I had so many different AoEs, it was hilarious. Like, I would purposely get captured in a web just so I could use one of my clickies to get out of it.
Oh, we were too quick. It hasn't shown up. Oh, there it is.
Kaboom. Oh, shields are gone. I don't know why my shields are gone, but my shields are gone.
Propulsion Dreadnought is escaping.
Oh, apparently my clicky made me stop using the button. Okay.
A Delon Warbird
Back
is
to where we
escaping.
came from. I think the other two are doing the same thing on their side. I mean,
Probably.
we kind of coordinated without coordinating.
I mean, look how many ships we've rescued point wise.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target shields have failed. Rear shields failing.
We've gotten the second optional.
A Talis Warbird is escaping.
We're way past that.
Yeah.
We almost had the second optional on. Oh, I don't know if we're going to get this one. We almost had the second optional on the first round because it dropped a 5.
Wow, look at all those ships. "22 ships."
Nice. That was fun. All right. So next week we're going to be highlighting the new event. We'll get as much of the TFOs out of the way as we can, although most of them we have highlighted before, but we'll definitely be doing the new one and the patrols.
Do we want to do the new mission during the show?
Ooh, that depends on how long the mission is. I definitely want to hit the TFO and the 2 patrols. We could leave the other TFOs out and then run the new mission if we have enough time. But let's see how long the mission's going to be first.
We could always save the mission for fun night.
That's true. Some of these newer missions have been taking some time to get through. All right, but as always, I will leave you with the words of Q. See you out there, and stick around for the after show.
Have fun, be safe, and don't set yourselves on fire.
Live long and prosper, everybody.